The Philippine Malditas ended their SEA Games campaign with a fourth-place finish at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. It was an exciting campaign for the Malditas, giving us great promise for the future of Philippine women's football. And so joining us tonight are the Malditas, Serena Bolden, Ina Palacios, Hailey Long, and assistant coach Lee Manson. Guys, welcome to The Score.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys suffered a very heartbreaking loss just last night. Unfortunately, we weren't able to clinch the bronze, but there were 3,000 people that showed up. What do you think this has done for your team?
We didn't really expect to have that big of a crowd, and the team was just very, very thankful for the amount of support that they gave us, and we enjoyed playing in front of everyone because we felt all the love that they gave, and it just felt really worth it for the team to just play their hearts out.
How big of a deal is that, Coach Lee, when you have that amazing crowd in Binyan and then the amazing crowd in Rizal cheering for our women's football team?
Well, I think it helps motivate the ladies, and certainly the games we had in Binyan where they did so well. 2 months ago when we played the same teams in Thailand, the results were very different. Although we beat Malaysia in Thailand, it wasn't so convincing, and we struggled against Myanmar. In Binyan, with the crowd roaring the girls on, they really stepped up and they showed they have closed the gap, and that was something to be very proud of in only 2 months of training.
And Serena and Hailey, both of you have come from abroad. You played football abroad and you're star athletes in your respective schools. What are the learnings that you bring from the U.S. and those international tournaments that you've brought to the Malditas?
I just try to play the same way I do back in the U.S. and bring it back here to the Philippines. It's a great environment, training for the girls here, and I just try to do my best when I come out here and play for the Philippines, and it's just an honor to be here and be able to even have a chance to do that.
Right. Culturally, it's very different, but I try to balance that, and whatever I think could be missing here, I try to bring what I know here to the Philippines. But also in return, I've learned so much while being here. I've taken a lot from being and playing in the Philippines.
So, like for instance, what have you learned from Miss Palacios here? Something that you can actually share. Something you can actually share on camera, Serena.
You better answer that.
You better. Guys, we're on live TV. I just want to remind you. But what have you learned from your teammates here in the Malditas?
Just very inspiring. Like whenever they give up, Ina's our captain, so she does, give us speeches and inspirational things to, get ready for the game. And just when she speaks to us, like before a game, it's like, let's get hyped, let's get ready for this game, because she believes in us as a captain, and I take that and I'm like, okay, we can do this. We can apply it to the field, and great.
And knowing Ina and how she is, and seeing her in college and seeing her on the national team as a leader on both levels of football, she may not be one to always be the loudest on the field. So when she does say something, we're always listening, and it always means a lot to us because she always leads by example.
Well, obviously you have a lot of fans, a lot of admirers, and lucky for us, the president of your fan club is actually in our studio today.
That would be me.
Mga kapamilya, is none other than Miko Halili.
Yes, I've been bugging your team manager, Belay, because she's been on the show several times. And I've been bugging her to get me an Ina Palacios jersey, and she hasn't given me one.
Yeah, she made sure I was going to bring one today.
Do you have it today?
And I don't really give my jerseys away.
You do not?
No, but for you, I will, so. This is my
There
dream.
you go. Wow. A round of applause for Miko.
We wore this for our semifinals match. So.
It's really an honor when you put the Philippine flag on your chest. So I really think we should see it on you.
Yep.
I really think.
Coach, I might destroy my barong. This is not mine. I just borrowed this, but I do promise to wear this by tomorrow. I'm going to wear
I'll
this
watch that.
on the score. But I've been asking for this, and I finally got it. I hope this is my small part in pushing and promoting women's football. What's your dream? What's your dream for your sport?
Really, it's just to open doors for the young ones, to make the future easier for them to play, and to make them believe that they can be in world stages. This is what we've been fighting for. This is what we want them to have. We want them to have it easier than what we did, because it takes so much sacrifice and a lot of challenges to get to where we're at right now. And I can't even explain and how proud I am of everyone that's been part of the team and everyone who supported us, because it's gone a long way, and if the team just keeps staying together, it will definitely achieve many more. And that's a really bright future for women's football.
Sarina and Hailey, you do know that a lot of young Filipinas watched in Rizal, watched in Binyan. I know I have nieces who were in Binyan. They're like 6, 8 years old, and they looked up to you guys. How does that feel to be inspiring the next generation of Malditas?
It's amazing. I actually got a message from a young girl. It was her birthday, and I think her parents were like, "Oh, could you say happy birthday?" And I'm like, "You want me to say happy birthday?" I don't think I'm that special, but to see someone wanting to reach out and look up to us is just amazing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've seen you score a lot of goals. You are very special, my friend. Hailey?
I actually had me and Ina coach for a club team, and a lot of the girls came almost to every game, and they went all the way to Binyan to support us. And especially after our last game last night, they just saw how emotional we were, and they said even though we didn't win and it wasn't the result we got, it still spoke to them, and that's what means the most to us. And for people who don't even watch football, we kind of touched their hearts a little bit with our game and the way we played, and that's exactly why we do this, for that feeling right there.
And Coach, finally, do you have a message to everyone who's helped out and supported your team?
Well, we would certainly like to thank these last 2 months. We've tried to give the women's team as professional a training camp as we could. There should be a special thank you to Jefferson Cheng for his support in the background. He's made sure that we had almost everything we needed when we needed it. I think the support of the PFF, especially in our Japan trip also, and the players, because they don't share really the sacrifice. They're not professional. They give up their time, their work, and often they're having to juggle studying. So for them, it's a real sacrifice for the love of the sport and the country.
And thank you for making that sacrifice, for continuing to inspire a future generation of Malditas here in the Philippines. Assistant Coach Lee Manson, Sarina Bolden, Hailey Long, and Team Captain, and my favorite Maldita, Ina Palacios. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mga kapamilya, before we wrap up, let's look at tomorrow's schedule, starting off with the lineup on SNA.
Here's our broadcast schedule tomorrow. We'll show it in just a bit. Here we go. Men's volleyball, we'll have the 5th place match, then the bronze medal match, and then the big gold medal match between Indonesia and our very own Philippine men's
Highly
team.
anticipated.
6 p.m. tomorrow night. So supportahan natin, pagdasal natin ang ating men's volleyball team sa PhilSports Arena yan. Live ang laban dito sa SNA. Our schedule on Liga, it will be the bronze medal match in men's football and the gold medal match in men's football between Vietnam and Indonesia. That's our schedule on Liga.
All right, mga kapamilya, you can also watch the score and the SEA Games live stream on I Want for free.
Oh, it's loud.
Oh.
Is that you? During your softball days? Coach Randy!
Oy, grabe
Tama yan?
naman to.
Siya yan? Oh my gosh,
Grabe
loud!
naman kayo.
Ang lupit ng lupit ng form.
Diba? I was good.
It seemed
I was
like
strong.
only yesterday.
I am strong.
I was even asking her to stay sa Ateneo and play the sports.
Ayaw na niya.
No kasi masyado siyang popular doon. Pagka nagano siya, mangingitim siya.
Okay.
Grabe naman, coach.
Okay, there you
Oh my
go.
gosh,
So
why are we doing this?
from
guys? Like, what is
from
the point?
softball star,
What is the purpose of
softball
this
star
segment?
to pageant superstar. Yeah. Palagay ko to sila Kikay, sila si alam niyo na ang ano niyo, career path. After Blue Girls, ayan na. Humingi na kayo ng tips
Well,
kay.
in honor of Miss Universe, which was today,
That's right.
Coach Miko.
That's right.
Women can do it all, diba? Kaya natin mag-pageant, kaya natin mag-sports. We
Okay.
are the stronger
Alright lang.
gender. All right.
Okay, go.
Anyway, back to business, guys. You can also watch more SEA Games coverage on Sky Freeview, channel 260 and 261 in HD. For those outside the country, you can catch our SEA Games coverage on SNA Global and online on tfc.tv. Join us again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Once again, my name is Laura Liman.
Before we go, just to prove that Laura Lehman was once a softball player, actually we showed it na.
Oh, do
we have
what
more
is the
photos?
purpose
No,
of
we showed
this
it already. We showed it
segment?
already. So we'll bring you more stories of Team Philippines in the 30th Southeast Asian Games. And after the highlights, we have a segment brought to you by MG, the official mobility partner of the 30th Southeast Asian Games. Ako po si Miko Halili at ito ang the score dahil Pilipino. Guys, all together, sabihin natin, galing natin ito. One more. Dahil Pilipino, galing natin ito. Smile, guys. Smile.
Galing natin ito, puso, isip, lakas.